Today we're going to keep working on the Nissan suspension. Now in exactly 1 hour and 50 minutes, I have an appointment to get new tires on the Nissan. So you saw that I did the tie rods in an earlier video, and today we're going to be doing what are called, or what Nissan calls, the stabilizer bar links, or more commonly referred to as the sway bar. Now the sway bar is really kind of self-explanatory. It stops the car from swaying. It's a solid bar connected between the two front suspension systems. And so when you turn, it kind of keeps it from moving too much. So it stops the car from swaying. Now, this particular Nissan, my X, sways quite a bit. So when I was doing the tie rod video, you saw that I was playing with the stabilizer bar links, and they're very, very loose. So I went to rockauto.com, picked up a really cheap set of stabilizer bar links. They were only 30 bucks for the pair, and we're gonna swap them out and try to reduce some of that sway. So get your X in the air, get that tire off, and we're gonna swap out some stabilizer bar links. Let's go. Okay, so here we are. Here's the new tie rod ends we did in the last suspension video. And here is our stabilizer bar or sway bar. And here's the link. Now, this link, you can actually see, I can move it around with my fingers. It's really, really easy to move. It should not be that way. So what we're gonna do, and this is actually a really quick and easy job, is take off this, this particular nut, this nut here, and then just kind of slide the link out, put the new link in, and then that's it, we're done. Now, this particular job shouldn't require moving this or putting any, lifting any weight off of this. Everything's kind of being held by the strut and obviously the control arm. So I wouldn't worry about any tension being on these, especially if your links are bad. And if you can move it with your fingers, there's obviously not too much tension on it. So start by removing these two, and we'll be able to put the new one on. So. All right, so those are both loose. So just kind of wind those off. Now I got a bit of rust on mine, so I'm gonna kind of see. Oh, we got some rotation here. Let's try to get this one off first. Okay, so that one's out. See, it just kind of falls right out. And now, if you're having trouble getting this out because the actual ball inside is just spinning, just kind of pull on it with another hand, and it should be able to kind of catch. There we go. See, I'm just putting tension on the threads to stop it from spinning. So I'm just basically pushing down on the other side so it stops spinning. That way you don't need a second wrench and try to get, you know, a bunch of stuff going in here that you don't have space for. So just keep backing that out. No, still too tough. All right, so once that second nut is off, just slide it out. And here we go, here's our part. Pretty straightforward. Now, as you can see, I mean, these are very, very easy to move. I have my new one here. And the new one at first, you shouldn't really be able to move them at all. Like, they are really tough to move. So you can't really get them to budge. So what we're gonna do is just kind of push on these until they break. Yep, so there we go. So now that's kind of moving a little bit, right? And then do the same with this one. And that just kind of gets them out of their set. Here we go. Let's do this. There you go, perfect. So now that you can kind of move them around just a little bit, you want to just kind of generally align them to where they're gonna go. Now this really only goes in one way. They're kind of reversible. So you see here, they're aligned this way. And even if I were to rotate this, they're aligned the same way. So don't worry about putting it in, but however, there is a left and a right. So the one on the driver's side is different than the one here that we're doing that's on the passenger side. So just beware of that. So we're gonna just kind of generally line these up where they should be, back out our nuts, go. And how I'm gonna do it is drop the bottom one in first, all right? So just get it in place. And we're actually gonna put it in place, all right? So we're just gonna tighten it, not 100%, but put it in enough that it's gonna stay in place while we work with the one on top. Oh, and then throw your wrench. Make sure you throw your wrench at least once per job. All right, it's good for you. All right, so it's in and it's tight, but it's not, we're not ranking down on it. We just want to get it in place so it doesn't move around. Now the other joint is behind here, okay? So really you just want to line up your threads with this hole from the back, and then we're just going to kind of push it in. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take the mouth of the wrench I used and kind of line it up on the threads, because it's really hard to push with just your fingers, and just gently tap, and you'll see it kind of come into place here. All right, we're almost there. Now we just got to go up a little bit. There we go. So now if I just push a little bit, you kind of see it pop through here. There we go. So now it's through, but obviously it's not enough to get a nut on. So what I'm going to do is just take a piece of board. I have just some cheap MDF, whatever you have lying around, and I'm going to rest it on the back of this joint. All right, the top ball joint. And make sure you're not hitting anything else, but I'm gonna just line it up and then just take a hammer and just kind of gently bring it in. All right, it's coming through. There we go. So now it's through. Now, you just want to be careful if it's coming in sideways, don't go hammering it in, because then you're just going to mess up your threads. But if you line it up straight, you can just kind of hammer it in and it should fit for you. So now that that's in, take your other nut and just crank it on. Okay, so now that they're on kind of sufficiently tight, you just want to get in here and just give them both one good rank, just kind of they're nice and tight. Now, my particular stabilizer bar link does come with a little hex hole inside of the bolt itself. You don't really need that when they're brand new. It's kind of more for taking them off. So this won't really spin. If you are having spinning, then just throw a little hex head in there and hold on to it tight while you wrench on it. But really, it's not gonna spin when it's new. So there we go. So that's on tight. That's on tight. And then that's it for this side. So we can throw the tire back on, and on the driver's side, it's the exact same process. So complete that on both sides, throw your tires back on, and you're done. Well, that's it. How easy was that? Honestly, it's something that is cheap enough and easy enough to do that if you're seeing any sort of swaying in your truck, especially one that has a bunch of miles on it, just go do it. It was less than $30 for me to buy the parts. And honestly, including making this video, it took me about a half an hour to do both sides. So really quick and easy. And I hope it helps. I hope that if you do have any swaying issues, this resolves your problem. If not, I'm also going to look into possibly what they call a tower strut bar, which connects the struts at the top. So I don't know if they make them for this car, but I'll check it out because I do like a solid turn. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. And of course, as always, like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, put them in the comments below. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.